Hello, boss agents. I wanted to ask you, are you using KvCORE as a solo agent, a team lead, or are you going to be using KvCORE? So I'm looking for, ambitious agents like yourself. So if you're not ambitious and you don't want to learn how to make millions, you're not in the right place. But if you are, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to actually make your millions using KvCORE as part of the bigger picture. Right? Looking in the, awesome, I love it, Tina. So looking in the buyer campaign. So has anybody done these campaigns before? I'm using the chat because if I look at all the faces, it's hard for me to do everything at once. So that's why I'm working with that. So anyway, so basically, this is a new lead buyer. So a lot of people come to me and they say, how do I generate leads and all that stuff? What I want to focus on is generating leads with what we have, increasing our ROI, putting in business in place, generating leads. We have to generate leads, but then converting them higher, right? So we're busy now. We're generating the leads. A buyer comes in, and now we're following this one. And this is not a dig on KvCORE. They are giving us something to start with, right? And notice that this says applies to buyer. I'm going to give you some training tips here. When it comes to that, I'm going to come back to it. So, okay, so a new lead comes in. All right, work with me here. And it's going to get a text. If you haven't seen this before, maybe you have, and it's going to say send a text or email with properties in their area. All right. So that is the system going to the agent. Okay. So that's the system going to the agent. And when the system then goes to the agent, now we're going to see that immediately it's going to tell you to call and do leave a voicemail. Okay. So, okay, so you're going to call. It's going to tell you to send it. It's going to send a text to you, a task. Excuse me. It's going to send a text, assign you a task, and then it's going to tell you to call, right? It's going to call you. The system is going to call the agent. If you don't know what that means, it means that if you are on, let's say you're talking with a buyer and your phone rings and you can't answer it, it's KvCORE calling you, which is not a bad thing, but that's what that is, right? And so if you're going to get a task to send a text. It's not the system sending you a text that says call this person. Then it's going to call you. So if you're following this, then great. If not, this is one of the reasons that we sometimes need help. Now the text is coming in. So, all right, now we're out here and I answer the phone. Hey, Mr. Buyer. Hey, Kim. Actually, I'm gonna pick a different name so I know I'm not talking to myself. So I'm gonna go with, hey, Sean, how are you? Thanks for coming out. You just, looked online. It looks like you looked on my lawn, at my property, on the lake. And how is it, what are you looking for? When do you plan on moving, et cetera? So I'm happy, I'm excited, and we're having a conversation, and this is what we're paying money for. So while we're on the phone, in minute 7, they're going to get a text, and it's going to say, "Hi, thanks for requesting property information from our site. Just curious, are you looking?" I'm on the phone with you, and Sean's going to be like, "I just got a text from you." Right? What happens to our rapport with that person? You think it goes up or goes down? So this is one of the things that is very dangerous when it comes to the campaigns, is that we have to look at them in the process, and we have to make a plan for when the leads come in, what kind are they in, and we need to make a plan based on our experience of how we're going to respond, right? And so that is not a good thing. So let's talk about a real estate agent. A real estate agent is not always great at going into the technology and updating it right away. If you've gotten used to the KvCORE mobile, you're probably, doing better than most people. And then, so we're not always good at going in and updating that you spoke to this person. Would that be fair to say? Okay. So then the next thing is that in here, you're going to get a call, or it's going to send an email within day one. So I don't want to bore you too much about this, but what I want to make sure that you see is that it's very difficult to trust some of this, just like I did, because these are technology companies. This is a software company. It is not a real estate company.